basically what we're going to do is we're going to put all of the videos that we've made with the students onto our school website, and you can see them. There's an area that says virtual open evening, and you'll be able to see all the different videos that we've made on there of past students, present students and staff talking about the sixth form. What I'm going to do now is just talk through some of the information that I know you're going to want to hear about the sixth form. So first of all, Clapton Girls Academy is an outstanding sixth form which is part of a school. So in that sense we are quite different to a college because we're part of a bigger school of 11 to 18-year-olds. I am Miss Reid, I'm the director of sixth form, and my role essentially is to oversee the sixth form, the heads of progress, the academic learning mentors, and to work with the sixth form tutor team to make sure that the students that come to us have the best support from the start of year 12 all the way through to the end of year 13. So in sense of who we are, some of you might know who we are at Clapton because you have been here already as a student, or you might have had siblings attend our sixth form, but essentially we are a group of students here and staff body that really believe in the power of girls' education, and we are a strongly single-sex sixth form, so we are a girls-only sixth form. I know there are other schools and colleges around that are single-sex up until the year 11 and then become mixed, but we are a sixth form of 300 students this year in our sixth form, 300 girls. We have 160 in year 12 and 140 in year 13. So we are one of the biggest sixth forms in Hackney as well. And here you can see our location. So we're very well located for public transport, trains and buses, etc. And we have a big group of students that come to us from all over London. We have students that come from us all the way out into Essex and Forest Gate and Newham and Tower Hamlets, Waltham Forest, as well as in Hackney, Haringey and Islington. So we're a very diverse group of students in the sense that we have people coming from all parts of London, but actually when you get here you'll find that you're really welcomed as part of our Clapton family. So you can see our location there. That's our building, that's our Nightingale building, which is our sixth form block, a purpose-built sixth form block that houses the girls, and at the moment that is our bubble because we are obviously undergoing the COVID restrictions, so we are actually in Nightingale bubble. We do have some students go and leave the bubble to go to science lessons, so we can have specialist labs and equipment still, and it's all very well signposted and managed so that everyone is as safe as possible. In terms of being an all-girls sixth form, my background, I came from a mixed sixth form where I've been teaching for many years and came into a girls sixth form, and I was thinking, oh, you know, it's not going to be the same, it's going to be different without having boys here. But what actually was a real eye-opener for me was the fact that, you know, the girls fill all of the jobs and all of the spaces and all of the voids that could ever possibly have happened. We have girls in every single role, and there are so many advantages to studying at a girls sixth form, which is why we have over 500 applicants every year for the 150 spaces that we have available for year 12. So obviously we champion the education of girls. We have a lot of people wanting to work with us. I'll talk to you about partners later. Because we are an all-girls sixth form, we really do champion education, and we understand how girls learn. The girls are occupying every single role they possibly can in the school, and obviously what we want is to empower them to go on to become really bold leaders in the community. And I'll share with you later our alumni of head girls, and you'll be able to see exactly what many of them have gone on to do and actually make such a difference in the world today. In terms of STEM subjects, we offer D&T, which not many sixth forms do these days. We offer design technology alongside all of the maths subjects and the science subjects, and in fact girls who attend an all-girls sixth form are more likely to considering studying the STEM subjects at university. And I will talk again about destinations and subjects shortly. We really capitalise on a girls' unique learning styles. So our staff here have highly trained, very skilled teachers who really capitalise on how girls actually learn and understand how girls learn. We have a mentoring scheme where sixth form girls are mentored by their peers, their teachers, alumni. We have lots of activities going on beyond the classroom for the girls. We have trips to Sicily, we have trips to Italy, we have trips to universities and lectures. We have lots of day trips, we have overnight trips for Duke of Edinburgh, we have science residentials. So we really are preparing students for university, apprenticeships and jobs. And we also allow girls really to be themselves, feel very safe. One of the girls on the speech there was talking about Feminist Club and talking about a safe space to engage with ideas and share ideas and be able to be quite vocal in their feelings. Results are obviously very important. We have been in the top 10% of sixth forms for the last 4 years, consistently every single year. These are results from last year. You can see that we had 44% of our grades were A star to A, and 99% of our grades A star to C at A level, which puts us in the top 1% of all sixth forms nationally for 2020. The previous 3 years we were in the top 10% of all sixth forms nationally. In terms of BTEC, we're in the top 1% for BTEC delivery. 95% of our students get distinction or above, 100% will get merit or above. And it's worth noting that the BTECs we do at Clapton are the new reformed BTECs, where there are rigorous exams. So our year 12 cohorts at the moment studying their BTECs will be doing exams, actual public exams in January of year 12. They have to do very rigorous work experience, vocational assessments, as well as exams and coursework. So it's a course that actually really does test them and prepare them fully to go on to university or onto the degree apprenticeship programs that some choose to do. So we had a double in our A star and A grades last year. And that 99% A star to C obviously meant that our students, when it came to going to universities at Clapton, we were not, you might have seen in the press that lots of schools were downgraded and they had issues where students didn't get their university places. We weren't in that position because we've had such a good track record of results for the previous 4 years. Our girls were not downgraded, our girls got into their first choice universities, and we were not affected in the same way that some of our colleagues were in other schools with their students. We also, in terms of headlines, we measure ourselves in something called ALPS, which are A-level performance indicators. And you can see that we are red hot. We are in the top 1% for progress. That's an important thing to understand as well. I was just talking to you about attainment, but progress is about what students come in with in year 12, what their GCSE profile is, and how they go on to make that progress. So students at Clapton will come in at a certain level, and we make sure that they leave in the top 1% of all students in the country by making sure we work with them on the progress. And we have our staff and our mentors and our sixth form team really working hard to make sure that every single girl actually makes that progress. So you can see on the thermometer, this is about the idea of where students are when they come in to you as a sixth form and where they end up leaving you afterwards. And you can see here that we are graded 1, which is outstanding as a provider for progress. We also offer an EPQ, which is for students because it means they get lower offers for universities. It helps them get jobs and employment, gets apprenticeships. So in 2019, 100% of our students got A or A star. We've had 5 years of results that have been in the top 10%. In terms of 2019, we enter our EPQ students, so our year 13s are entered in the January of year 13. So we will have a cohort that will be entered in the December, January of 2020. So they will have their results coming after Christmas. So the EPQ, for example, a university like Manchester will ask for your EPQ. It's worth university points, UCAS points, and it's worth half an A level. So if you got an A or A star in your extended project qualification, you would then get a reduced offer from some of those universities. And you can see here that one of our students, you can actually design things and make things, or you can do a project, extended essay. One of our students here focused on something called biomimicry and the way that science has used nature in order to inform and help with medical procedures and things like that. So the A-level study at Clapton, all the girls, we do not do AS levels. We haven't done those since for 5 years. We were one of the first schools, if not the first school in Hackney, to do away with the AS level when the new linear A-levels came in. So A-levels are examined at the end of 2 years at Clapton. Every student takes 3. We do have some students doing 4. So 4 A-levels is something we do offer if students really want to do it. But what we find is that after 6-7 months of doing 4, some students realise it's actually a massive workload, and also it's a bit too much to undertake. And the other thing about Clapton Girls Academy is that when you get into year 13 at Clapton, we have 6 hours a week of teacher time per subject, per student. So in a 26-hour-a-week timetable, that is 24 hours of study in lessons with teachers. It doesn't give students much time to not be undertaking or not be in a lesson. So some of our students do actually have to manage their time exceptionally well. So it's worth actually bearing that in mind if you do want to take 4. In year 12, every single student will have 5 hours of study per subject per week. And then we have rigorous pre-public exams that we take in December and July in year 12. So progress is tracked by all of our teachers, very closely monitored. In year 13, there are exams in December and March to make sure that students are fully ready and prepared. And we have lots of study spaces. Some of the girls at the beginning were talking about the different study spaces we have. So we have a library, an LRC, a Learning Resource Centre. We have the hall, we have the dining pavilion. We also have lots of spaces up in our sixth form block for students to go and study and learn those independent skills they need in order to go on potentially to university. Our main sort of focus as a school really is challenge, wellbeing and teamwork, and this focus that we have really does permeate right the way through the sixth form. We make sure that the girls are challenged from the moment they come in so they can meet the demands of those level 3 courses. We also really focus on their wellbeing, their mental health, their physical health, and encourage lots of sport, extra activity, and obviously working as a team. We have lots of programs where the year 13s work with the year 12s very closely. We have programs where the staff work with the students on their intervention. Also, our sixth form goes out into the wider school community and supports girls throughout the school in lessons and things like that. Our ethos is something that we've developed over the last sort of 4 or 5 years. We've asked the girls, we really believe in student voice. So this has actually come from them, the fact that we believe in the individual. We are about fulfilling potential. You are treated like young adults. One of the things we do in the sixth form is we don't expect students to have a uniform. We treat students as if perhaps they were going to university or leaving us and going out into the world. And we treat people like adults. We give responsibility, but with responsibility, and they have lots and lots of sort of responsibilities that we give them, and we make sure that they are out of their comfort zone quite a bit so that they can actually really understand what it's like to be out in the world post sort of Clapton and after they've finished their sixth form. And obviously they will be role models to lower school, to their peers and within the community. We make sure that all of the lessons are challenging. We make sure that staff support students as much as possible. All the teachers at A-level and BTEC level 3 are specialist teaching staff. The lessons that we have are involved or around sort of making students think, making students use metacognition, making sure that they're engaged with their learning and they're really active learners rather than being passive learners, and obviously developing the skills they need for the future. And what we expect from our sixth formers, we expect that they're actually here. We will create an environment whereby they are learning and that they realise how important it is to be in those lessons and be engaged with their learning. We obviously are tracking progress, and we will involve parents, carers if we need to have conversations about progress. We provide excellent pastoral care. I have a team of 8 tutors in year 12 and year 13, and the tutor groups are about 20 to 22 in size. We obviously keep parents informed and involved at every stage of your daughter's learning. Destinations, this is the map from last summer. So this is our new destinations map. So we make a new map every couple of years, and you can see here our map. We are, and I'm particularly proud of this, that we are spreading our students all over the country. They literally are taking over the whole of the United Kingdom. We have students studying in Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland. We have students at Oxford and Cambridge, King's. Lots of our girls like to stay within London, understandably because of costs of accommodation, etc. But more and more over the last 3 or 4 years, we found students have been much more ambitious in their university destinations and have gone off further afield. This year we have students in Glasgow, Cardiff, Edinburgh, as well as Bristol, and you know, we were basically making sure that they make those decisions, they're informed. We have a really integrated bespoke UCAS programme. So during lockdown, the current Year 12 started their UCAS applications and their UCAS process in May and June. We have all of them signed up to a virtual platform called Unifrog, where they go through looking at their choices. We had a virtual UCAS open evening where parents and students were spoken to about what it is to apply to university, how they go about it. And then last Friday, we sent off 135 applications to university. And so far, we've had about 170 offers in. And we're hearing this week all the Oxford, Cambridge, and the medical dentistry, veterinary medicine offers or interviews are actually coming in thick and fast, as well as our nurses, midwives, and optometrists. All those students are getting their interviews now, and we provide, as you heard at the beginning, lots of practice so the students can go in very confident and can actually go out and be you know, really independent in their interviews, but actually come across as also being very confident. Over the last 4 years, I was working it out, we sent off 150 medics or medical professionals into fields such as physiotherapy, doctors, midwives, nurses, vets. We've sent away, or we've helped support 50 teachers. We've helped support 30 lawyers. We've had 30 students going off to accounting and finance, and then we have all the students that go off to those specialist subjects like maths and humanities subjects, languages, etc. So really, we're making sure that we're supporting the next generation in order to support the future, and making sure that we can sort of make students go into those gaps that there might be in various industries. We also have students who go on to do apprenticeships. So Robert McAlpine, for example, KPMG. We had a student who went and got an apprenticeship with F1 McLaren. So we also have a big apprenticeship programme that my careers officer works on with the students as well. So these are some of our partners. So what does it mean to have a partner? So these partners work with us because we are an all-girls sixth form in Hackney. These partners want to work with us because we are sort of bucking the trend in being a single-sex sixth form, and these partners will provide us with university access, they'll provide us with work experience, they provide us with mentoring and all sorts of lectures, and the girls can really get involved with lots of the programs that they offer. One of our biggest partners that I want to talk to you about actually is New College Oxford. So lots of our Year 13s have applied to New College Oxford because they started in Year 11 on something called the Step Up programme, and that went into Year 12. So if you're an internal student from Clapton, you will be put onto that programme this year, but if you're an external student, you can go onto that programme in Year 12 when you join us. And it's a bespoke programme that helps with admissions tests, interview skills, workshops, etc. And New College Oxford is, as you can see in the pictures, a very old college at Oxford, and we've been supported by them for the last 3 years. And luckily for us, we're one of only 20 schools nationally that was chosen to be in this programme. And they chose us because they had a shortage of females at that college at the time, girls at the time, and they wanted to make sure that they were offering places to students from different diverse backgrounds, and also making sure that they could offer girls the opportunity to go and study there. So the Step Up programme is something that you can actually ask to be put on, and it's also something that we will look at when we put you on the different pathways when you join us in Year 12. But it is a bespoke programme, and there are 7 different stages on that programme that you will be part of. So this is Bailey. Bailey went to study history at Oxford. She's in her 2nd year now. And when we took the girls in year 12 and year 11 last year down to New College, Oxford for a visit, Bailey met with us and helped us on our tour and talked to the girls about what it was like to study at Oxford University and how she was also supported and what she needed to do to get her place there. So here we have our head girls Hall of Fame. So the sixth form at Clapton opened in 2007. And you can see all the different ways that the head girls at Clapton have gone out into the world and made a real difference. So from 2007, our first head girl, Catherine, went on to study law at university. 2012, Chris-Anne Jarrett, who is the CEO of an organisation called We Belong. We've got head girls there who are heads of physics. We've got head girls there who are part of the FSA, finding music, independent record labels. We've got other students there who have gone into the world of law or engineering. Safia in 2017 did an apprenticeship as a personal trainer and went off into that sort of field of well-being and physical fitness. And then 2018, Falak is studying civil engineering. Maya, who was on that video you've just seen, our last head girl, is studying anthropology and African studies in Birmingham. And we've got our current head girl, Jess, who is in year 13, sitting her exams at the moment, her December, her Christmas exam schedule. So we also do BTECs at Clapton Girls Academy, and the BTECs we do are applied science, health and social care, and business studies. Applied science involves all three sciences, so you'll be doing some chemistry, physics, and some biology. Health and social care involves psychology, sociology, and biology. And then your business studies, you'll be looking at financial information, economics, marketing, etc. So those three BTECs are triple award BTECs. So they're worth three basically qualifications, the equivalent to 3 A-levels. So the girls that study the BTECs at Clapton equally go off to some amazing universities. We've had students doing business going on to do law at Manchester. I've got students who did science last year who are at Warwick doing biomedical science. The health and social care girls, many of them go off to King's to do midwifery, Queen Mary's, UCL, etc., to go and do nursing. Lots of them go in to do teaching. So these pathways are for students who want to know how they're doing at various points throughout their 2-year journey of level 3. So these are for students who like the idea of doing units of work that are assessed as they go. They do an exam that they can then find out how they're doing. In that exam, they get their exam. It's a public exam. They get their result. If they want to resit because they're not happy with that result, they can. So this is for students who perhaps at the end of 2 years don't want to sit a big test, but would rather do it in small increments along the way. And at Clapton, as you can see, we're in the top 1% nationally for BTEC provision. And the pathways are more vocational. They do work experience. The girls go off and do 4, if not 5 weeks of work experience over the 2 years. So the girls will go off to hospitals. They go into medical environments. They might go off into businesses. Linklaters, one of our partners, take a lot of our business studies BTEC students. And you know, there is a myth here, or there is some sort of thought that a BTEC qualification is not going to allow you to go on to university. And actually, you know, 95% of all universities will accept a BTEC. It's exams and coursework, extremely vigorous and rigorous. And the students that take these pathways do end up at some of the best universities and have some of the best outcomes at Clapton. And in terms of are they equivalent, you can see that if you've got a triple distinction in your BTEC or distinction stars, they're the equivalent of A grades at A level. So universities look very favourably on the BTEC because it means the students have had to do a lot of independent work, a lot of coursework, a lot of independent research, all those sorts of skills that you need for being a university student. We also offer enrichment at Clapton. So one of the things we are really, really proud of is the programme that we have, not only academically, but also to support students' well-being and encourage them to get out of their comfort zone and get involved in something to do with enrichment or something different that isn't just about their academic studies. So during collective time in the mornings, students will be offered lots of support. They have word of the week, they have super curricular activities, they have study skills, revision tips, etc. We do a word of the week, and we're encouraging students to use that to build their academic literacy as well, and to build it into their studies. In terms of these extracurricular, you can see here this enrichment we do. We have all these different programs that the girls can get on if they want to. In fact, many of the girls do sign up to too many things at Clapton, and we do have to say, look, you know, you do need to sort of pare it back a bit, because there's too many things that you're getting yourself onto, which is fantastic, but actually you do also need to have some time to do your studies and some time to actually breathe and be away from your studies. It isn't just all about doing these extracurricular opportunities, but we do have lots of different pathways and lots of different things that we advertise to the girls via student notices, which take place during collective time every morning. The girls come in for 8:40 in the morning, and they're with their tutor, and then in notices they're given all these different opportunities to get involved with things outside of their academic studies. So some of the enrichment activities here, we do some drama, we do the Duke of Edinburgh. There was a K-pop club last year. There's lots of sports and fitness. We've obviously, there's a picture there, we've taken girls to Iceland on a trip so that they could go away and experience what it's like to be away as a group. And in year 12 at the moment, they have 1 hour per week, and they have to choose which enrichment they want to do. So they can do drama, which will give them the Lambda qualification, which is worth UCAS points. We have sports and wellbeing, Envision, Young Enterprise, debating. We have More Than Mentals, art photography, the DAV, and then the EPQ that I spoke to you about earlier. So the girls choose which one they want to do for the whole of year 12, and they'll spend Wednesday afternoon partaking in one of these enrichment activities. We also have lots of events. Unfortunately, at the moment, because of the situation, we haven't had the events we normally would have. So we'd have a Halloween fashion show, we would have the Xmas Factor, we have prom, obviously, and we have lots and lots of clubs and societies, and we've not been able to do the movie nights and things as we would have done. And hopefully next year with the new year 12s, we'll have a lot more opportunity to reinstate these events so that they can really get involved and mix and meet different students and different people from different subjects and from different schools. Lots of creative opportunities here. So we have the opportunity to do photography, the opportunity to do music. As I say, the girls come in and they can make their own clubs. We have a student newspaper that the girls write and produce for themselves, called The Sixth Sense, and in there's lots of articles for those students that want to go into things like journalism. That's a really good thing that they can be part of, and that's a really successful magazine that the girls produce themselves. Lots of fundraising, it's the heart of what we do. A few years ago now, we actually raised money to rehouse a Syrian refugee family in the borough. The girls got behind that. We've got the penny appeal going on. So there's lots and lots of opportunities to raise money for the community and really be part of the community that the girls are in. Now, in terms of applications, our internal deadline for applications is the 22nd of January 2021. At the moment, I've had 140 applications from our current year 11s, and we are encouraging those students who haven't applied to make sure they get an application in as soon as possible. Our external deadline for students coming from other schools is the 26th of February. Now, when you apply, what will happen is you'll get a message to say thank you for your application. It will be we'll be looking at it. If you're a student that's already at Clapton Girls Academy, Miss Story, our CEIAG officer, our careers officer, will be sitting with you and talking about your next steps, a progression meeting where she'll talk to you about what it is you want to do next and talk you through various options. Externals will be invited to a virtual interview. They'll start in sort of mid-January, February time, and you'll be invited to an external interview, a virtual interview, whereby you'll be interviewed by one of the sixth form team, and we'll have a conversation with you about Clapton as well. In terms of meeting that deadline, it's highly recommended that you do, because we are so oversubscribed. So last year with the 500 applicants, we had, in the end, we had 160 girls we offer places to. So it's really important that you do get that application in and you do receive information from us offering you the space. and that you accept that place, so that we can actually have you on our records as accepting that place, because we don't actually have students come in the summer who can sign up. And this summer, obviously, with everything that happened, we did a whole virtual enrolment anyway. So all the external students who came to interview were asked to sign up on the day of GCSE results, upload their results, and then they got their places. We didn't have students come along later. That couldn't happen. Okay, I just want to point out the website. If you're able to go on the website, I'd really recommend you do that. Our open evening is this will be on there as a recording if there's anything that I have not covered. Also, there's different areas on the website that you can look at. So learn, live, lead, blog, and apply. If you go to the apply section, there are two parts of the website. On the apply section, one says already a Clapton girl, and they're for our internal students. And the other one says become a Clapton girl, and they're for students who are external, because the application process is very different depending if you're already one of our girls or whether you're coming from outside. And also on there, you'll see the virtual sixth form open evening. And one of the things you'll be able to do is have a look at our subject map. So normally what happens at a sixth form open evening is that I will do a speech in the hall to 400 or 500 guests, and that speech will be delivered by myself, and then you will go off and you'll meet all the different faculties. You'll meet the whole of year 12 who stay and help, the leadership team in year 13, you'll meet the tutors and the teachers and the staff, and it's a really fantastic buzzy evening, a really fantastic atmosphere, and you can go around and all the questions you ever had about a subject you can ask. Now, unfortunately, you've just got me tonight. You haven't got that whole atmosphere, and you don't have all the teachers available tonight. But what we have done is we have interviewed every single teacher who is responsible for a particular subject, and students who are currently in year 12 or year 13 at Clapton. And those students are talking about what they've found at Clapton, how their subjects are, what's interesting about their subject, what's different from GCSE. So you can actually go on to the subject map, and on that map you can see all the different subjects that you want. So this is what the map looks like, and you can go on a virtual tour. So if you have a look at the map in pink, we've got art and photography, which is our sort of creative area in Rosa Parks building. You can then see you've got all of the humanities subjects and the science subjects in our Curie building. You've then got our maths and languages in our Pankhurst building, and then in Nightingale you've got our economics, business, etc. So if you go onto the website, you will be able to find the subject map, click on it, and what you'll be able to do is actually hear students and staff talking about their subjects. So if you want to find out about psychology, or if you want to find out about sociology, or if you've not done economics before, or you're not sure about what applied health and social care is like at level 3, if you want to find out what it's like to do A-level art or product design at Clapton, each of those little tabs will take you to the subject area, to the teachers and to the students who are talking about the subject. So it's a really fantastic opportunity for you to actually have a look at all the different subjects for yourself. So I would really recommend that you do actually go onto that subject map and have a look at what it is that we are doing. So really that is it from me now.